Herbie first. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyrann, good afternoon. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Blessed.
You've obviously played for the Texans, and you knew what DeAndre Hopkins could bring to that offense. This time around, you're going to be facing a completely revamped wide receiver core. What are some of the challenges you see when you look at the tape of some of the guys that have probably played for other teams but are now new to the Texans?
Yeah, they're still a talented group. I think with or without DeAndre, I think they have the ability to wreck a football game. There's still a lot of speed out there. They removed Hop, but, they brought in Cobb, who's a veteran, who I'm sure is going to, possess some of the same traits DeAndre, possessed. Whereas, Hop was able to come to the line and kind of tell his receivers if it was cover 2, if it was man to man, if it was cover 4. So it kind of helped the other receivers play fast. So, but they're still a dominant group. I think it's going to be a tough challenge for us.
Let's go to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Tyrann, what's up, man?
Hey.
Couple things kind of on the same topic here, but Spags mentioned just the fact that, I mean, without tackling in the preseason, that's his biggest concern going into Thursday. Where does that sort of rank on your list of concerns going into Thursday? And just relatedly, could you sort of put yourself in the shoes of a rookie that hasn't played at this level, like Willie Gay, Jerry Sneed, that are going to be getting snaps that haven't been, I realize that they tackle all the time at every level, but it's a different beast in the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. Obviously, not being able to have preseason games. We missed a good portion, of the spring. I think tackling at this level is tough, on its own. A lot of these guys can, make multiple people miss. I think if you have the ability to play fast, play to your leverage, use your teammates, I think all tackles aren't necessarily, meant for you to make. Sometimes it's for you to use your help, and 2 guys bring down 1 guy. So, but as long as we can play fast, as long as we can play to our leverage, use our teammates, I'm hoping we'll be fine. But yeah, I think it'll be an adjustment early on. But as long as we're playing fast, I think we can make up for some of the mistakes we may have in a tackling game.
Let's go to Tyrann Petro. Go ahead, Tyrann.
Tyrann, I know you've been very active as far as getting folks to vote. You've been very active, obviously, with the video with the Black Lives Matter movement. But now here we sit a couple of days from the game. There have been reports that all the players across the league are going to have a demonstration of some sort. Coach Madison said that everybody on the team would be involved. Do you know what you guys are going to do? Do you know if you have the backing of Clark Hunt and the organization as far as whatever demonstration you guys have planned?
Yeah, I do 100% believe we have the organization support from top to bottom. I think whatever we do, we'll try our best to display, unity, togetherness, even if that's with the opposing team. So, but I think if anything, people should take away from whatever we may do. They'll take away the unity part, the togetherness part of it. And so that's ultimately the picture we're trying to paint, for our league and for the world going forward.
Let's go to Rob Collins. Go ahead, Rob. Oop, there you go. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, thanks. Hey, Ty, how you doing this afternoon?
Good, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, do you feel like you have to temper your emotions a little bit playing on Thursday night as the Super Bowl champs, knowing that, there is pressure on you guys to show what you did last year? You guys are running it back.
Yeah, I've thought about that. Obviously I'm extremely excited to, play in front of the world. It's a big stage for us, obviously, to play in front of, our fans. I think the emotions are going to be high. I think ultimately, man, it's the same game we've been playing for a very long time. It's football. It's all about team. It's all about chemistry with your teammates. And I think ultimately that's what I'm looking forward to, keeping my teammates level-headed, keeping us motivated, and then trying to maintain that, through the entire night. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Pretty sure Deshaun Watson and his team are going to make some big plays, and we can't get down, especially as a defense. We got to keep playing. We got to keep rallying, but I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go to Darren Smith. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Tyrann, thank you very much for doing this. I got three quick questions for you. What are your expectations with the players who have now been a year under Spags? What are you hoping to, look like towards the end of the season? Also, your thoughts on the Black Lives Matter mural that took place over the weekend. Did you get a chance to see any of them? And then finally, of course, with the Black Lives Matter video that you participated in, Colin Kaepernick going into year number 4 has not had an opportunity or been looked at. Of course, Roger Goodell, quote unquote, apologized to Colin a few weeks ago. Are you disappointed that he hasn't been given a shot at a backup role or even looked at, even by the Kansas City Chiefs? I know Clark Hunt in 2017 said he wouldn't have a problem bringing him in as a backup or anything like that. Are you disappointed that he has not yet been given an opportunity to come back into the NFL? Or do you just believe he's been blackballed for life?
Yeah, to answer the first part of your question, I'm expecting these guys to continue to progress, under this defense. I think a lot of guys, the more they get into it, the more details that they know, the more fun it is for them to kind of go out there, have fun, play fast. But we're going to be counting on a lot of young guys this season, same way we did last season, to really step in, play big roles for us, and then deliver. So I think on my part as a leader, just trying to keep those guys encouraged as much as possible, keep them hungry, keep them motivated, and then, obviously keep their mind clear so they can just focus on the ball, focus on what they love to do. To answer the question about Cap, I really hope that he gets an opportunity to play in this league again. I'm not necessarily sitting at those tables to kind of make those decisions. I know us as players, we understand the kind of talent he is. We understand the sacrifice he's made to really, put things at the forefront that was, typically, forgotten about. So I'm just really hoping and praying for the best for him. I'm hoping that he can, if it's not football, I'm hoping that he can fall into something that was just as passionate for him as football was. And but I'm wishing him the best. I'm hoping for the best for him.
We got time for a couple more guys. Let's go Pete and then Adam. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Tyrann. Over the past 2 years, you guys have been big on mantras. I remember last year, too smart, and then it seems like everyone got behind run it back. And today you're wearing that iron sharpens iron shirt, which we've seen on social media from Chris Jones and even some offensive players. Why was that the rallying cry this training camp, and how do you think that'll push you guys forward for game 1?
Well, yeah, actually, it's kind of been a mantra of Spags since last season. So, we've always heard this quote from him, even going back to our first day, meeting with him last season. And we believe it, we believe that, each man is important in our room. And the only way to get better is to challenge each other, is to expect the best from each other. And, I think we're in actually a unique, a special situation. We got a lot of talent all around our team. And so at each position, at each level, we have the opportunity or the ability to challenge each other, whether that's me going up against Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce, or, whether that's Mitchell Schwartz trying to block Chris Jones or Frank Clark. I think it's something that we understand that it works, and we believe in it. And we're going to try our best to kind of keep it going forward, to keep each other accountable, to continue to challenge each other, and try our best to really make each other better, not just at football, but, just becoming the right kind of person, the right kind of man, right kind of father, right kind of friend, Let's
go to Adam Teicher to close it out. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyrann, how you doing today?
Oh, well.
Good. Hey, I know you're familiar with Clyde Edwards-Helaire's game from LSU, but just wondered, now that you've seen him for a few weeks on the practice field up close, you have any thoughts on his game and maybe whether you've learned anything about him over the last few weeks?
Nah, I'm a diehard LSU guy. So I've saw all his tricks before. He's got here. I'm more impressed about the teammate he's becoming. Could see him in the locker room interacting with guys younger than him, older than him. You can see him taking coaching, taking criticism. Not everybody can be coached by EB. So to see a guy still smiling, after the tough days, I think that's a joy to see. And then I'm just looking forward to seeing him get out there and do what he does best. I think he's going to be a great fit, for our offense. I think he's going to be somebody, Coach Reed can really count on and can really stay up late at night trying to find a way to get him a mismatch. So I'm looking forward to it. He's a guy that obviously can run the football really well. His vision is great, especially for a rookie. He can see all the holes, even backside. And then in the passing game, I think he's a guy that can really, like I said, create matchup problems, for the opposing defense. So I'm just looking forward to seeing other teams try to cover, our team, when they get 5 out. So I think Clyde's going to be a big part of that.
Tyrann, we appreciate your time today, my friend. Thank you.
Appreciate it.